Hey guys, Karina Gardner here, and we're gonna continue with our witchy silhouette drawing theme today, and I'm gonna be drawing some shoes with you, witchy shoes. So that'll be super fun, and will get you on the path on learning to become a designer, which is where I want you to be. It's a great way to make income from home, and it's just really fun, especially if you have a little bit of an artistic bone in you. If you are not part of the course's VIP group, make sure you join. It's totally free. I send out an email every Wednesday with PDFs and links to new tutorials and all the stuff to help you learn to become a designer. You can join by going to karinagardner.com and clicking on exclusive VIP. So let's get started today. I have an Illustrator document open, and all I need to do is we're going to start with our pen tool. So let's come over here to the pen tool. We're going to start by creating kind of like a weird leggy shape. So I'm going to click up and I'm going to kind of pull out a little bit, click on that anchor so that we can stop it from wanting to curve again. I'm going to hold down the shift key and click across, and then I'm going to click up and then end it. Now I do want this filled in, so I'm going to come over and swap my fill and stroke, and I'm going to get rid of my white stroke, okay? So here's the leg that we're going to work from. Super simple, right? And then next we're going to draw some shoes. Now you can do this with the pencil tool or the brush tool, but I'm going to do it with my pen tool today. So here's my pen tool. I'm actually covering a little bit of this leg. I'm not worried about it because we're working separately. So I'm going to hold down my shift key and click. Now, the great thing about this is because it's a witch shoe, it does not have to be perfect. In fact, the more a little bit off it is, the better. So I'm just going to click down, and then I'm going to click out, and I'm going to pull out just like this. I'm going to click on that end anchor, and I'm going to pull out again, okay? Are you still with me? So I'm just clicking on my last anchor every single time because I have no need for it to do what Illustrator wants it to do for the vector. Okay, so I've got this funky, crazy shape, and it's probably hard to see. In fact, let's just change it right now to a line so you can see what you're doing. Okay, so I've got this curve up, and now I'm just going to come halfway past that curve, pull again, okay, and it looks like a little bit like an elf shoe, but we're going to put a great, crazy heel on it. Click on your end point, pull again, okay. Click on your endpoint, and we're going to come straight down. I'm going to hold down my shift key so that it is in fact straight. Hold down my shift key again so I can go straight out, and then we're going to come back in again like this, okay? Now if you want to pull it out to make it more curvy, you can. If you want to pull it a separate way, great, and end it, okay? Now, this is a crazy funky shoe, and if you are feeling like you want it to look a little different, you want to maneuver it, just take your pencil tool and just start playing around with it, okay? I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and swap it back, okay? And so since we're working on silhouettes, once again, we're going to be using our Pathfinder trim. So go to Window and Pathfinder, that way you have it up, and now we're going to take our rectangle tool, and I am just going to make some crazy rectangles in this. Now, of course, you could line it up, you can make them all perfect, but this is kind of a funny silhouette, so I feel great about this. Grab your selection tool, grab all of those lines, and grab your leg. And that sounded funny when I said that, right? Then you're going to trim it and do an object, ungroup, and then we're going to select all of those little rectangles, delete it, and we have now our funky striped leg, right? And then for this, inside of this, I think I want a buckle. So we're going to take our rectangle tool and we're going to come right in like this and create a buckle. Now, buckles usually have a hole in the middle of them, so I've decided I'm going to make this into a stroke. So I'm going to swap out my fill and stroke so that I have a black stroke line. I'm going to come over to my stroke window. Now, if you don't know where yours is, all you have to do is go to Window, Stroke, and you can get that window up, okay? And let's go ahead and make it four stroke lengths deep. You can see how thick it is over here. If you're having trouble seeing it, you can change the color as well. I'm just going to zoom in so you can kind of see what's going on here. You can make it 4. I think it needs to be a little thicker. 6 looks pretty good. Okay, now in order for this to work, it can't be a stroke. We need to expand it so it's an object. So we're going to go to Object, Expand, while we're still selected on it, and push OK. All right, so now we've got this great stroke. If I select the shoe and that buckle, and I go back to my Pathfinder window, and I click on Trim, do an object, ungroup, and I'm going to pull away that piece, and you can see I now have my buckle. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so you can see. Isn't that so fun and such a simple silhouette? We are doing a bit of drawing in this one, so if you're not as comfortable with maybe the pen tool or the pencil tool, you might have to practice a bit, but otherwise you are well on your way to learning to become a designer. So I hope you had fun doing this lesson with me and that you practice a little and have a good time messing around with things, and I will see you later.